Imagine you've been asked to design a logo for a brand new design agency. How'd you go about it? How do you even start? Well, let me show you what I did in this real-life logo design case study. Our client is called Cardow Co, and they're looking to kick off their operation with a brand new logo and design system to roll out across their new website. Founder and CEO Rowan Cardow is a bona fide web developer who lives just up the road from me on the Sunshine Coast. And while he's local to me, his business is anything but. It's a concierge-style luxury design service that puts the customer at the center. So this new brand needed to look professional, premium, with a hint of creativity thrown in. One of the first things we did was come up with a few brand nouns that I could use during the design phase. Check out the brand noun process from Alan Peters' book. It is so helpful. When I think about all the time that I've wasted designing concepts that weren't pre-approved, I want to die. So in keeping with the concierge and personalized service theme, we decided on these nouns. Bell, so ding, ringing a bell for service, and key, because the cross key symbol of Le Clef d'Or is synonymous with the concierge. While I was designing, I really liked the idea of combining the C&Co acronym with a key head, but unfortunately it just ended up looking pretty messy, and I couldn't get the combination to work well with any typeface. That's when I started trying to combine a key shape into the lockup of the type. I discovered that if you lay out the curved portions of the DO and the CO correctly, you get this key shape in the negative space between. The shaft of the key can run along between the type, and then what's called the bit of the key could fit nicely under the space of the R here. So the first option I sent over looked like this. That typeface is called P22 Underground, by the way. It's based on the original London Underground typeface, and it is gloriously angular. And I also added these little bevels into the stem to make the key a little bit more recognizable. Now, while Rowan loved this first option, the key was just a little bit too hidden, and he was worried that the shape was kind of leaking into the space here. Also, he wasn't as keen on this cross keys logo mark version that I'd supplied with the design. Just a quick note, this is a logo mark and this is a logo type. Logo types are cool, but when you need to scale them down to print onto something small, sometimes you lose legibility and you need a backup symbol to represent the brand. Normally the style of this is in harmony with the logo type, and I supplied this emblem using the key design from the negative space. But this was looking a little bit skull and crossbones for Rowan. So in the second round I did two things. I closed off the key in the logo type by using this extended serif on the ampersand, and I also added this shoulder to the key and gave it this little implied shadow by just cutting the stem after each bevel. For the logo mark, I introduced a C to give this more of a crest style and changed the angles of the keys a little bit. Now, while the logo type was pretty much nailed down and Rowan was really happy, this logo mark was getting more detailed, which is the opposite of what we wanted. So in round 3, we abandoned the skull and crossbones approach and went more abstract. This time I used this portion of the design and masked off that section there to leave this symbol behind. This was simple, abstract, and with the added bonus that this could be turned into a repeating pattern for something like a website background. And with some tweaks to the color, this is where we ended up. It took a bloody long time to balance those characters to make the logo feel centralized, but hopefully you'll agree this is looking nice and premium. And that key shape doesn't affect the legibility of the wording in any way. Now, Rowan, being the world-class creative that he is, did a supreme job rolling this out. He even made a custom web-based brand identity platform that details how to use the brand, which put the style guide that I supplied completely to shame. So what do you think? I would send you a link to his website so you can check it out, but since I supplied this design more than a year ago, he's had so much work on that he hasn't been able to finish it. But that's a good problem to have, I guess. Here are some more images from the project, and follow me for more like this, please.